Good evening everyone and welcome to TTL F1. This is season 16 round 2 here at the Shanghai International Circuit in China, and what a wild and wacky 2 weeks it has been. Happy New Year everyone, and a happy new decade to everyone that is tuning in here tonight for TTL F1. And if you're wondering why the stream quality is a little bit different, well, I've upgraded my TV, so you should be seeing the stream in dynamic HDR and specifically in HDR sports mode as well. But some things don't change with the new year being rolled in. I'm JimSaid14, going to be taking you through the stream here tonight. No Kieran McGinley tonight. I do believe he is on holiday in Ireland celebrating the new year still, and of course we wish him and everyone here in TTG fantastic New Year wishes and a prosperous and happy 2020, and indeed the next 10 years as well in the new decade. Recapping on what happened before Christmas and New Year though, Recon took the win in Australia from Ironics in second and T-Roll in third. It was, however, Dill Warren that took that pole position. Remember back in the day? About 19.3? Yeah, goodness me, it's so long ago that I can remember it like the back of my hand, honestly. So Dill Warren took pole position then, of course Recon, as I've already alluded to, took the race win. Mashiro, who has actually been headhunted for our academy team here in TTG, he took driver of the day as well. And looking through the driver's standings, just to give you the driver's standings now, Recon on 26 points in the Ferrari, leading the way with Lyronics in second in the Red Bull on 18 points, T-Roll in third in the Renault on 15 points, with Lighty in fourth in the Haas on 12, Sean in fifth in the Alfa Romeo on 10, Dill Warren in sixth in the Racing Point on 8, with Mashiro in seventh on 6 points in the Williams, Mays in 8th in the Ferrari on 4, and Spike in 9th in the Toro Rosso on 2 points respectively. Westy, also mentioned on the graphic, he hasn't got any points just yet. There were only 9 finishers, remember, in Australia for the first round. Ferrari leading the way in the Constructors' Championship, 30 points Ferrari have got, leading the way. Red Bull in second on 18, with Renault in third on 15. Haas in fourth on 12, with Alfa Romeo in fifth on 10. Racing Point in sixth on 8. Williams in 7th on 6, and Toro Rosso in 8th on 2. McLaren Mercedes yet to pick up any points, but of course it's only the first round of the season and we do expect them fully to pick up points. Navy and Jeffrey representing McLaren and Mercedes respectively here in the lobby. We are due a new driver as well here tonight, I do believe. Carlsbury, the Finn, should be coming in the Alfa Romeo. He should be taking the seat of, I think it was Maximus who was in that seat. Sean, obviously going to be teaming up with Carlsbury for the rest of this season, and hopefully we do see the Finn out on track tonight. Speaking more about China though, 16 turns and relatively good track, I think, for the second round of the championship here at Shanghai International Circuit. There are 2 DRS zones, one down the long 1.2 kilometre back straight between turns 13 and 14, and one of course down the start finish straight before you go into that tricky double right-hander going through turns 1 and 2 before turning left through 3 and 4. And of course we will be giving you the best possible action here in TTL F1 tonight. And looking at the comments section, hopefully you guys are seeing the stream okay. By the way, I can switch it off, by the way, the HDR, if it does get annoying for you guys during the stream, but hopefully the stream quality looking good so far. Good evening to Storm, good evening to TRGS, good evening to Maze as well. No penguins out in force yet, goodness me, new year, new penguin, surely, here in TTL F1. But anyways, we will crack on. My connection has just taken a massive hit there by my me going on the stream there. But of course, we are at Shanghai, and it's going to be a really intriguing race. We've also got the 18-minute short qualifying and the 50% race as per usual. And let's have a look through who could be the main protagonists here tonight. I think there's going to be quite a few drivers fighting out for that top spot, given, of course, that we did have that great race with Recon taking the win, of course, in Australia. And Recon does feature, I think, along the in the main contenders tonight. But we have got Maze, Sean, Dill Warren, S. Graham, Navy, Jeffrey, Mashiro, Gort, Lighty, T-Roll, Spike, Westy, me, who is not in spectate mode, goodness me, I'm quite lackadaisical there, and Carlsbury, and King J as well, the Belgian, another new signing to the TTG Academy, and it's good to see Carlsbury here as well, who is taking the seat respectively in the Alfa Romeo. Just going to check through actually and see, I think if I'm not mistaken, TTG King J is Yorit, who I do believe has joined the TTG Academy. I think I'm 100% certain on that. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Of course, if you do want to support the drivers or support me in the comment section as well, do feel free to do that. Keep it clean, of course, in the comment section. We do want to see the best possible action out on track, as well as the best possible comments off track as well. And a new year surely means everyone in the F1 community can be just that little bit more giving to each other rather than receiving abuse and toxicity, which we have been known for in the past in the F1 community. That is a New Year's resolution I'm sure everyone can agree on. Do apologise, by the way, if I have to cough or anything during the night, because I have honestly had the flu throughout Christmas, throughout New Year. I can't get rid of it. I've tried everything underneath the sun. I've got a lemonade drink here with me, so I do apologise if you do see any coughing or spluttering or anything like that. I do apologise about that. And we should be getting going, as I say, very shortly indeed for TTL F1. 14 drivers by the looks here tonight for round 2 of the championship here in Shanghai. I'm just going to clear my voice. I'll be back in literally about 30 seconds. There we go. That didn't take 30 seconds, but still. Oh, I feel a lot better now. Just clear my throat up a little bit there. Sim racing will always be toxic in some places. Yeah, I think the F1 community possibly try not to check the comments. Try and pick it up in the qualifying or the formation app. I'll probably check the comments then, but we are about to get going for the Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese Grand Prix. And we're going to get going very shortly indeed. And look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. It is going to be like commentating to a cinema screen at the minute, to be honest, because I have got a new TV. It's a 50-inch TV, so it is going to be literally commentating towards a cinema screen. Obviously, I can change some settings if you guys feel it's too bright or too low. I can change the volume as well. I've got my remote right there. But it looks really fantastic from my point of view, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy the new streaming quality and indeed the action out on track here tonight as we just wait for Spike to ready up, and then we'll get going very shortly indeed for short qualifying. Remember, 18 minutes worth of qualifying, and then that 50% race to come, which totals 28 laps in total. And that was strange because I was communicating to online services there. That's what I don't like to see when we're starting up. But we are through. This is the first time, by the way, that I have streamed with the new TV and with the new settings and everything like that. So this is going to be a bit of a fact-finding mission for all of us, I think, to be honest, here tonight. But 15 drivers here. Recon, King J, Carlsbury, the likes, as you see on the left-hand side of your screen. It will be really intriguing, though, to see what strategies these guys actually go on early on in this qualifying session. We are about to get the first car out on track, and there's a Toro Rosso, which leads me to believe it is S. Graham, and the Scotsman is out on track first in the Toro Rosso, soon to be named AlphaTauri, of course. Remember, they are going to be named in 2020, replacing the Toro Rosso name, of course, and the Scotsman just going through turns 3 and 4 through the double left-hander. Put down your predictions in the comment section, though. I will read them, of course, during the course of the night. Top 3 and who you think will win the race as well. I'd love to see them in the comment section. I've got my trusty track map up as well, as we are set for 18 minutes worth of qualifying. Everyone just starting on their out laps, and the Alfa Romeo and the Toro Rosso driver, S. Graham, is out first out on track. And it is a really intriguing track. This track is relatively new. 2004, the first race was held here. in Formula 1. Rubens Barrichello, of course, took that from Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher, of course, won in Bahrain when that was introduced in 2004 as well. But it should favour some of the guys that you might not necessarily think that could take the win here tonight and take pole position. We should be looking for maybe 29s, 30s, I don't know. I haven't really seen a lap round here. 29s, 30s, I think, is pretty much how we're going to be spot on with. We're on board with S. Graham though, and we are about to go for the first lap of 2020 with S. Graham. Around the final corner he comes. Now opens up that DRS down the straight. Beautiful actually, with cloud cover happening out on track. No sun out currently just yet, but S. Graham just corrects himself into turn 1. Now coming through turn 2 at the top of the hill, and then down in through 3 and 4. Just missing the apex slightly there, and again, just missing the apex and drifting a little bit wide. Do like to take a little bit of an inside line there. You do save a lot of time on that inside curve. Through turn 5, and now at the end of the first sector to 24.5 from S. Graham, as he again just catches the apex very nicely there. Through turn 6, and then through the S section at 7, 8 and 9, taking a very wide out line into turn 7. Prioritising the run through there quite nicely. We will of course go on board with other drivers that are on laps. I do believe Recon and Carlsbury are also on laps as well, so we'll flick to them in just a second. S. Graham though about to reach the end of the middle sector here at the Shanghai International Circuit, and it's a 53 flat. You should be seeing a lot quicker sector times through there in the middle sector, but maybe the guys have got to get the laps in, because that skyline does look a bit overcast. Now through the tricky right-handers, Recon has left the session. Out on track. He was on a lap, I do believe, as well. Hopefully he can rejoin, and hopefully that's the only time that he does have to reconnect into the session. Of course, spare invites have been given out. S. Graham through turn 14, then through the kink at turn 15. Yes, that is a corner. S. Graham now coming into turn 16, the Scotsman. I think this is going to be around a 32 or 33 coming across the line, and S. Graham sets up a 33.6. Very nice lap indeed. Let's go on board with Carlsbury, who is on board a lap as well in the Alfa Romeo. He is the Finn driver, of course, brand new to TTL F1 for this race, joining for round 2 of the championship, and Carlsbury now down into turn 14. Looking very nicely indeed through there. Catches the apex very nicely indeed of the hairpin. He's on a set of hard compound of tyres as well. That is going to be the slower of the 3 compound of tyres, but I have a feeling he is going to be quicker than S. Graham here with this lap across the line. It's a 32.8, and he's about 8/10 quicker there. Carlsbury ahead of S. Graham. King J, or Yoris, is on a lap as well. We'll try and pick him on board with somebody that might be just ahead of him out on track. Dill Warren across the line, 32.804. So the goal's quickest by around 700ths of a second there. 800ths of a second, in fact, there. Sean has just started up a lap. Westy in the Mercedes is just reaching the end of his lap, and it looks like actually he is going to be coming across the line. He's invalidated this. So yeah, Westy 33.9. Don't bear that in mind. King J will probably improve on that as well. Let's go on board then with Spike. Around the final corner he goes, and goes up to 6th. Quite a few mismatching currently between the softs and the hards. Maybe a 30-31 is probably what we're going to be aiming for. We'll go on board with Sean, who's in the other Alfa Romeo, of course. Alfa Romeo, too strong. Of course, two-pronged attack here tonight in the Constructors. And looking at how they've been doing, they're 5th after the first round. Of course, Sean picking up that 5th place in Australia, and only out of 9 finishes there as well, remember. 53.1 through the middle sector for Sean. Looking very good through there, I've got to say. DeLorean currently out on top in qualifying as we approach the 6-minute mark in qualifying. Carlsbury in 2nd, S. Graham in 3rd, Westy in 4th. You will see a lot of improvements though between the guys, and there you go, you can see Recon is actually joining the session, and there are the gaps to the leaders as well. That was a car flying past on the right hand side. Goodness me, I don't know who that was. I think it was somebody preparing for that lap. I have a feeling it might have been Mashiro. But Sean on a lap, coming around the final corner now. Looking very good through there, and he's about to come across the line to go 3rd, I think. Yeah, 33.5. Very nice lap there from Sean. Let's have a ride on board. Ooh, you can see Haas and the Mercedes getting in the way here. Westy and King J. I think both of them are coming into the pits. Yes, they are. King J and Westy coming into the pits. If they were on a lap, I would have been Quite annoyed, to be honest, at that. T-Wall's also into the pits. So quite a few into the pits. We have got Navy on a lap, though, on a set of hard compound of tyres. It definitely appears to me that everyone seems to be going hards and then possibly the softs. We should see that it might be the best strategy around here. I'm not sure. I haven't driven around China in quite a while in a competitive league race, so don't judge me if I get the strategies wrong or anything like that. 53.4 from Navy through that middle sector, looking good through there in the McLaren. And let's see as he comes through the right-hander now at the top of the hill, well, at the hairpin at turn 13, now down the 1.2 kilometre straight, probably the longest straight since India, back in the day. Mediums to hards is the compound of tyre. Thank you very much there for Dill Warren commenting that in the comment section, and good luck to all the drivers and the commentator. I think more luck to the drivers more than me. Have a feeling that my voice will probably last, which is good news for everyone. And I don't want to be losing my voice halfway through the stream, that's for sure. Navy across the line, he's at the bank lap 34.8. Not many really setting any competitive laps. We have got Lighty though, and I said a medium compound of tyres, but he's well off in the middle sector to 59.8 through the middle sector there for Lighty, so we'll ride on board with somebody else as Carlsbury has gone quickest with a 32.5 in the Alfa Romeo. So he goes to the top of the standings. There he is. He just pulls off to the side there, and he is blocking. I think that is Recon coming out the pits. Oh, sorry, it's Mays coming out the pits. Both Ferraris are out on a lap, on an out lap, luckily, but Mays just feeling a bit harder done by there. Spike has gone third in the meantime in the Toro Rosso with a 33.2. As we approach the halfway stage here in qualifying, it's Carlsbury out on top, Dill Warren in second, Spike in third. Not necessarily the top three I was imagining coming into this race, to be honest. Into this qualifying session, to be honest. For Shiro, the Japanese driver on a lap, a very good debut from him last time out. Finished seventh, but he did get driver of the day, courtesy of everyone voting them in, of course. And on his debut, he was really, really good and qualified right up there as well. Hopefully, we'll see a much improved performance again from Mashiro through the final corner now. Really hitting, just running the outside of the curb. I'm not sure if that's an invalidation for him. It's not. And it's a 33.7 from Mashiro. Very nice, respectful lap there. Goes sixth in the Williams. Recon is on a lap though. We'll ride on board with him as he comes through turn 2. It's not. Navy's gone second as well. 32.7 for Navy. Goes ahead. Back 4-4 from Recon through the first sector, and he's carried miles wide onto the marbles on the outside. Way too much speed. Misses braking point entirely there. And Recon not looking good on this lap, and he knows it. He's backed off, I think, on this lap. So we're right on board with somebody else. That was King J just coming across the line to start off a lap. She will 4 tenths down. We're right on board with, trying to pick up Dill Warren. Let's ride on board with him. He's 2 tenths up through the middle sector, or coming towards the end of the middle sector now. Takes a lot of curve there. 3 tenths up. So he should be going quickest with this lap at this stage. 32.8 for Dill Warren currently. And he should be improving on that, you would imagine, the Racing Point driver. 32 running down the straight. Now, I do apologise, I'm feeling like totally out of it tonight. I'm just not with it at all. I will try and do my best though and commentate this through. I have got a drink and everything with me. Just feeling very, very fluid, which is terrible. Oh, tests a bit of oversteer there, Dill Warren. Now through the final corner, he's got Recon ahead of him, who's just starting off on a lap, I do believe. Dill Warren across the line, 32.4. He only goes 900ths of a second quicker. I thought that was going to be a lot quicker than normal. He's lost time in that final sector. That bit of overspin, that bit of oversteer, I should say, from turn 14, the hairpin, really caught him out there and lost him about 1/10 of a second roughly in terms of timings. Spike is on a lap. We've got Sean on a lap as well, but he's not. Wesley has just gone quickest though in the Mercedes with a 32.2. There he is. He's just came across the line there to set that lap. Miss has gone 5th on a set of soft compound tyres. The first real competitive lap, I've got to say, from a driver on a set of soft compound of tyres. Back on board though with Spike as he is 1/10.5 down through the final corner. Runs to the line. and no improvement from Spike. It was an invalidation as well, I do believe. There, 1800ths improvement. He stays 6th with a 33.2. Jeffrey on a lap. The other Mercedes driver, Westy, has just gone to the top of the timing screens at the minute, with 6 minutes to go roughly, and Jeffrey just jumps ahead of Gort with that lap of 34.2. Very nice there indeed. Recon is on a lap. This should be a really competitive lap from Recon. We should be seeing him around Dilwarren, you would imagine, but he's locked up completely going into the hairpin at turn 14. That is how this track really begins to develop. These tyres will evolve so much, and Recon is doing a good job to get across the line. Is he going to go 4th with this? No, he's not. Just 32.9 from Recon. He will feel quite hard done by with that lockup. I think he probably was going to be in between Carlsbury and Navy with that lap. He would have been 4th. But instead he's 5th with a 32.9. Goodness me, if I can speak. So like that would be fantastic. King J on a lap, the Belgian. Got a lot of no ERS remaining at all running down the straight. That is not going to help him in one bit. He's on a set of hard competitive tyres as well. I have a feeling he's just probably trying to get an imagination of the tyres here, and he might be coming into the pits as well. Yeah, he's going to come into the pits in the Haas. Let's have a look on board with somebody else that is on a lap. T-Raw on a set of softs is on a lap. Of course, finishing 3rd in Australia. Currently sitting 3rd in the standings with that 15 points, of course, that he picked up in Australia. Oh, just catches the curb there at the exit of turn 11. He's 3.5 tenths down on this lap. He will improve, I think, in this final sector. Let's kind of run on board with this. Gort was on a lap, but he's invalidated. He was going a little bit quicker as well there. Westy, Dilwarren, Carlsbury currently are top 3 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go roughly in qualifying. T-Raw is coming down to the hairpin. As Recon just getting out of the way. I think he might be coming into the pits or starting off on another lap. T-Raw through the final corner. No, he's coming straight into the pit. He doesn't want to go too deep. Of course, they have removed the gravel trap there quite a while ago, and we haven't really got anybody that is on any sort of lap. The woman's just came out of the pits. Carlsbury, however, is about to start off a lap. There is the timings between the leader, so it is quite close between that top 7, less than a second separating. But Carlsbury needs 3/10 of a second, just over 3/10 of a second, to improve on his lap and to try and get that provisional pole position. So the Finn, on his debut, comes round the 3rd and 4th corners out on track. Then through turn 5 towards the end of sector 1, and Carlsbury looking good with this lap, 24.2 through the first sector. Very nice first sector there from the Finn, and replicating, of course, Kimi Räikkönen in that car from this season. Räikkönen, of course, rejoining Alfa Romeo once again this season, I do believe. This season, if I'm not mistaken, that might be the case. Mays has retired from the session, clearly happy with that 6th place. I'm happy with that 6th place as well. 33.1 from him. Carlsbury on a lap though, reaching the end of the middle sector. 52 flat, that's the fastest we've seen through that middle sector split so far tonight. And Carlsbury doing a good job here, and he's going to be a lot quicker than Westy, I do believe, with this lap. And with 3 minutes to go, everyone does really need to get a lap in, I think, in case the conditions change or anything like that, or the tyres begin to wear off in qualifying. Carlsbury on a set of mediums, now reaching the hairpin. Trickiest corner on the track, I think. Makes it look pretty easy. Really drove well into that corner. Now through turn 16, the final corner for Carlsbury. As long as he doesn't invalidate, this is going to be a 31 from Carlsbury. Where's it going to be? He goes top, 31.8. 4/10 of a second quicker, just over 4/10 of a second quicker than Westy. Fantastic stuff indeed there from the Finn. He goes top of the timings. The Warren not on a lap, which is a bit of a shock to see. That's Graham not on a lap. We've got Mashiro on a lap. Oh, sorry, Mashiro's actually just gone 3rd. Mashiro's gone 3rd with a 32.3 on a set of soft compound tyres. Very nice lap there from the Williams driver. The Japanese driver looking good again, finishing 7th, of course, in Australia last time out, picking up the pieces from those who did crash out of that race. And Mashiro obviously getting dry for the day. We'll fill him with a lot of confidence coming into tonight as well. We'll try and pick him on board with somebody that is on a lap, at least somebody that is on a lap, We'll go on board with the chosen one. Let's go on board with Lighty, reaching the end of the first sector. 23.9 through the first sector. That is a quick first sector from Lighty. He's on a set of softs. Don't judge me on that. He's on a set of softs, but that's the quickest we've seen through the first sector of who we've covered anyways, through the first sector. Apologies, I was just taking a drink there. Lighty now coming through the middle sector, through turns 8 and 9, then reaching turn 10, and then through turn 11 at the bottom, through the middle sector. 52 flat through the middle sector. Should be right up there with Carlsbury, I would think. Second place may be on the cards for Lighty. Just missing a gear through there, actually. Went up in the fourth. He should have took third through there. It's lost him time. And Lighty running down the straight now. Will open up that DRS, reaching already in excess of 200 miles an hour, running down the straight and reaching the hairpin at turn 14. Recon just ahead of him out on track. Will give him a bit of a toll coming around the final couple of corners, and Lighty looking good possibly here for pole position. Provisional pole anyways. Through the final corner, really attacks the curbs nicely, and Lighty across the line will go. Whoa, he doesn't. I thought he was going to go quickest, but he's 500ths off. 31.8, really nice respectful lap there from Lighty. We'll try and pick up on board with somebody who is on a lap as well. Let's go on board with Spike, who was just coming through the end of the middle sector now, through the hairpin at turn 13, now down the 1.2 kilometres straight, down into 14. Looks like he is taking the DRS line now. Yep, he's just taking the DRS line now. There's a yellow flag in sector 2, not sure who that might be. But Spike, in the meantime, ran down to turn 14. We are approaching the end of qualifying here. We're about to reach 0-0-0, and Carlsbury, Lighty and Westy are still your current top three. Spike, though, looking through the... looking towards the line, goes third, and I've just seen that Dill Warren has been disqualified from the session for going the wrong way. Not sure where that happened out on track, not sure if he made a mistake out on track, but we'll try and pick up on board with that soon. Navy is on a lap and he's going 7/10 quicker. This is going to be right up there on a set of medium compound of tyres. Can the Dutchman do it for the McLaren team? Yet to score any points this season from round 1. Same with Mercedes as well, with Westy being in 4th position. Westy is behind him out on track, and he has backed off on this lap as well. Navy 7/10 up, as I say, through the middle sector, now through 15 and then into 16. This final corner awaits for Navy. Is he going to go quicker than Carlsbury? Just a bit shaky on the exit of the corner. I think he's got enough. Yes, he has. 31.6. Even with that little mistake he made at the final corner, Navy does justice and goes first. Recon has just gone second in the Ferrari. So Recon has gone second in the Ferrari. Let's have a look on board with Westy. He's not improving, so that is pretty much it. We've got King J on a lap. I don't think he's going to be that competitive though on this. Yoris, of course, joining the TTG Academy team through the final corner. And King J actually goes 5th with that lap in the end. Finds a lot of time, 32.145, about a 100th quicker there than Spike. But that is it for qualifying, and Navy is the one that has taken pole position. Recon is in 2nd, and Carlsbury on his debut, the Finn, is in 3rd position. Lighty in 4th, King J rounding off that top 5. We just wait for Lighty and Westy to retire from the session, and then we will get going for qualifying. And Dill Warren obviously getting disqualified, that is going to be a real annoyance to him. He can start on whatever strategy he does feel like he can do now. Not sure if that disqualification, there is his car I do, oh no, that's Alfa Romeo. Let's see if he has said anything. How on earth was how on earth I'm off the track? I don't know how that's happened, to be honest. I don't know how that's happened. Our Div 2 going now. That is tomorrow. TTSL. That is tomorrow. Navy has taken pole position though in short qualifying for TTL F1. Recon in 2nd. So it's Dutch 1-2. 500th of a second separating those. Carlsbury and Lighty filling out the 2nd row and 3rd and 4th. King J and then Spike filling out 5th and 6th, with Westy, Mashiro, Sean and Gort filling out the top 10. Westy on a set of hard compound of tyres. Watch out for that during the race. He could be the one to watch. Mays, Jeffrey, Esgraham, T-Raw. Bit of a shocker qualifying from the German. And Dill Warren starting right at the back as well. So 2 of the main protagonists from last time in Australia in qualifying, filling out the final 2 spots on the grid. in a bit of a mixed and jumbled up fashion, I've got to say, in TTL F1 here tonight. Remember, of course, as I was alluding to there, TTSL happens tomorrow. We've got League 2 tomorrow night at 7:30. Yours truly will be taking you through that one. And then at 8:30 you will have Mug for League 1 as well. And hopefully the driving will be a lot better than what we saw before Christmas. Hopefully, I'm very sure that we are going to have a couple of new drivers added into the mix for League 1 as well tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I should say. Goodness me. Let's have a look at what people have been saying. Netherlands with a strong showing. Yeah, Netherlands doing really well. Obviously, the drivers doing quite well out on track. We do, of course, have 15 drivers going to be running here tonight in TTL F1. And 28 laps await these drivers on a very sunny Shanghai International Circuit. And there are the tyre strategies. Of course, remember the top 10 qualifying on the same set of tyres that they qualified on. So no changes really to the strategies, but as I say, watch out for Westy in 7th. It's going to be really intriguing to see how he gets on. He's got a lot of pace. He's not a champion for anything else. I think he's won in one hub last season. Really watch out for him tonight. Obviously, as I say, top 10 starting on the same set of tyres. We've got a bit of a mix further down the field though. We've got 3 on the hards and 2 on the mediums. So we'll take you through the medium runners first. That is Maze and S. Graham. Isn't the graphics, by the way, lovely on my TV? It's fantastic. Maze and S. Graham, I'm saying medium compound of tyres. So they're the middle of the 3 compound of tyres that are available to the drivers here tonight. And probably the tyres that you will suggest will get furthest into the race and work at a much better temperature compared to the softs and the hards. Because it is sunny, the mediums will probably work better in these conditions than they would for the softs or the hards, especially a fresher set of softs or a fresher set of hards as well. And there is S. Graham as well on a set of medium compound of tyres. The Scotsman with a set of hard compound of tyres, Jeffrey Tebow and Dill Warren, all on a set of hard compound of tyres. And there's a Haas off track. Not sure what happened there. That's very, very strange indeed. But anyways, we better go for lights out very shortly indeed. I don't know what happened there. Is there somebody on... Yeah, Recon, and I think it might have been Lighty who has had a bit of a moment there as well. Carlsbury. Sorry, it is Carlsbury and Lighty that's had a bit of a crash on that formation lap. But the end of the formation lap is here. We are about to get going for 28 laps worth of action. Hold tight, because it is going to be a really great race to commentate on, and hopefully I will be a lot better in commentary instead of the proverbial mess that I've been so far tonight with my flu. Goodness me. Right. The 5 red lights are about to go out here at the Shanghai International Circuit. Navy on pole. Can Recon jump in from the line? We're going to have 5 red lights very shortly indeed for round 2 of the championship. Lights out and away we go. Very quick start there by King J. Very good start from him. Westy's got a bit of a shocker from the line, but Navy will lead down into turn 1. Recon has had a bit of a shocker down into turn 1 as well. There is a lot of lag happening actually. Lighty down the inside of Recon. He's lost 2 positions early on, and Lighty in fact going around the outside of Carlsbury. Now down into turn 3 and 4. Navy has got the lead. Carlsbury second. Lighty in third. I think that's how it's going to remain through the first sector. It is. Recon in 4th. King J in 5th. Sean in 6th. Mashiro 7th. There is a lot of lag going on with Westy. Hopefully that does get sorted out. That is on my end as well. Mashiro and Gore, 2 Williams going side by side. Everyone pretty much clean through. T-Raw and Westy now going side by side further down the field. T-Raw drops through into P10, and a good overtake there by the German driver on the Brit. But Navy has got the lead by a second from Carlsbury in second. And let's have a look as they come through the end of the middle sector, how they're filtering through, and they're all filtering through very nicely indeed. S. Graham has just lost a position to Dill Warren. That was in the back of shot, so the racing point is now ahead of the Toro Rosso driver. Westy again lagging a lot here out on track. I'm not sure if there is any concerns for the drivers out on track, but we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. 0.8 of a second though, running down the straight 15 car train pretty much down the straight. It is Navy leading the way, 8/10 of a second from Colsbury in second, Lighty in third. T-Roll and Gort though going to do a side-by-side battle here. I think Gort is going to have to settle for 10th position, and that is Westy actually coming up his inside. Westy up the inside has got the move done, and he looks like he's the only one on a 1-bar connection just to pick up on that. Navy sets the fastest lap. We're at the end of lap 1, everyone clean through, which is good to see, and Navy leads by 6/10 of a second, but it's not much of a gap at all. Carlsbury in second, Lighty in third, Recon fourth, King J in fifth, Sean in sixth, Spike in seventh. So they all filter through turns 1, 2, 3 and 4. Mashivo in eighth, T-Roll in ninth, and Westy filling out that top 10. Gort right on the back in 11th, Mason 12th, Jeffrey 13th, Dill Warren in 14th, and S. Graham right on the back of him in 15th position as well. Let's turn our attention to the battle for third, with Lighty and Recon looking quite close. Recon didn't necessarily get the best start. Let's have a look at the position changes actually from that one. You will really get to hear the running the tyres off the curbs as well. The enhanced sound, I've got to say, on my TV is absolutely fantastic. Whoa, Recon nearly into the back of Lighty there. But Navy leads 7/10 of a second, Colsbury second, but Lighty running wide. It's not going to fill him with any confidence at all. Those tyres are going to be beginning to blister up already, and the set of soft compound tyres. Recon will have a much better set of compound of tyres and the medium set, and look at how Lighty is going wide. Lighty has gone massively wide there at the hairpin through turn 13, running down the straight as well. Navy leads by 6/10 of a second from Carlsbury. Recon, Lighty lost that position, running wide. Sean in 6th position just behind King J, and there is a move possibly going to get done here. T-Roll and Mashiro find it out for 8th and 9th. The Renault and the Williams running around through the corners. Now through the final corner he comes. Navy leads 7/10 of a second. There's the gap to, there's not the gap to the leader. My controller is having a bit of a spasm, to be honest. Westy up the inside of T-Roll, so the brake right up the inside of the German here through turn 1 and 2, trying to get the move done, and it looks like he has done, or has he? T-Roll's got the inside line, the German right on the inside line. Westy does not want to give up without a fight though, and both of them are going to go side by side down into the end of sector 1. You would think it would favour Westy. Westy's on the inside line, T-Roll on the outside line, and Westy I think has got this move done, parks it on the apex, and the Mercedes driver is into 9th position, but T-Roll is not battling, is not giving up without a fight. Dill Warren, by the way, has made up another position. He's gone past Jeffrey. We missed that on camera, but he has gone past Jeffrey and he's up into 13th position. Not really much happening in terms of overtakes, but nice battling there between Westy and T-Roll. That's what we like to see here in TTL F1 and in TTG leagues in general as well. Gort right on the back there of T-Roll as well, and the German definitely appears to me as if he is struggling a bit more. I'm not sure if he's running any new assists or lack of assists as well. Might be the case. Gort though is going to try and hunt him down. We'll go on board with the battle for the lead though in the meantime. Carlsbury trying to look up for a move on Navy. Not quite going to be done. And Spike is on the inside line here on Sean. And Spike I think is going to get the move done unless Sean switches it back. The Alfa Romeo is going to be on the outside line though. He might just give way here to be honest. And I think Spike is going to cover him off on that inside line and gets the move done. So Spike up to 6th, Sean down to 7th, running very wide there. T-Roll in the back of Shot. He's under pressure now from Gort for 10th and 11th. We're on to lap 4, and that is Sean going up the inside of Spike. Sean trying to lunge it down the inside, got the DRS run off the final corner, and fair play to them. It's pretty much like what we saw with T-Roll and Westy last time around. Spike and Sean for 6th and 7th currently out on track. They're pretty much side by side out of this, and let's have a look. Sean just drops back into the slipstream, and the battle for the lead beginning to heat up as well, which we'll come on to now, with Carlsbury chasing Navy for first position currently out on track. Oh, that ice cube is very nice, goodness me. Carlsbury leads the way. It was leading the chasing pack with Navy out in front, 5/10 of a second separating the battle for the lead currently out on track. And Navy doing a good job from Carlsbury in second. Recon in third, looking to make it 2 out of 2 of course. The championship leader should be looking to score a lot of points here tonight, and you never know, the fastest lap point is available as well. I don't think we're going to see any overtakes though running down the straight, so we'll cut back to further down the field as Mashiro was under pressure from T-Roll, and this is them now going side by side. It should be job done here for T-Roll. Gort could have a double toe though. The brick closing in on the Japanese driver. The Japanese driver goes to the inside line. Mashiro on the inside line. Gort trying to look around the outside, but that is what you like to call a bit of a tactical flaw there. The two Williams let each other through. Mashiro now has to battle with Dill Warren, who's trying to look around the outside into the final corner. Not quite. He should just wait and be patient and try and get that move done down the straight, which he is now lining up. And Dill Warren switches to the inside. Mashiro's on the outside line as we look. And Dill Warren waltzes through, but Mashiro right on the inside line is going to have him back here, and the soft compound of tyres really working to good effect. Dill Warren trying to lunge it back up the inside. He should have just waited his turn, because Mashiro has just done the switch back through turns 1 and 2, and the Japanese man, he got driver of the day last time out in Australia, and that's probably why he is looking good as Dill Warren lunges it up the inside of Mashiro. He's got the move done. Like the choppy North Sea. Dill Warren up into 11th place and Mashiro down into 12th. And they swap once again. Navy, Colesbury, Recon separated by around 1.1 seconds. The two Hassers beginning to battle though. Lighty is struggling and King J right on the back of him now. King J, of course, added to the TTG Academy lineup for this season. For 2020 going forward, and he's right on the back of Lighty here, and if he's not careful there's going to be a bit of a train forming in behind, because Spike and Sean and Lighty has gone miles wide. He needs to pit. Those softs are probably done. They're probably blistering and they're probably done. No overtakes happening further down the field. Recon was getting quite close to Colesbury, however, and King J is through on Lighty. And I honestly think if Lighty has got a chance of saving his race, he's got to try and pit now, go into a set of hard compounded tyres, and then possibly pit in for a set of softs and go two-stop. And again, you can really see he's struggling. He cuts the corner completely there as Spike is now on the back of him running down the straight. T-Raw, of course, up to 9th position. Mays, Mashiro. Oh, and he's retired. Was that coming into the pit lane? I think it was. Mashiro was coming into the pit lane, I think. And he's crashed it into the pit wall. He's completely messed up his braking point. We can't see it on camera. I saw a car going back into the pits. It must have been Mashiro. Otherwise, something absolutely strange has happened, but the battle for the lead really hotting up here. Navy 2 tenths ahead from Colesbury in 2nd, Recon in 3rd. Recon maybe just sitting and waiting. Navy under pressure now from the Finn in behind, and we're just taking it from Recon's point of view, and I've got to say he's looking very cool at this stage in the race. Lap 6 out of 28, we are on about halfway through lap 7, and Recon and Navy, sorry, leads the way, or halfway through lap 6 I should say. Navy leads the way, Colesbury 2nd, Recon in 3rd. There are further battles happening further down the field. We'll come on to them in just a second. I don't think there's going to be anything happening here in terms of the battling. But Spike has sent one up on the inside of Lighty. Much better exit there. Spike breaks the toe as well. Lighty is going to be within DRS here as well. And, ooh, Spike coming across him slightly. We'll take this from Sean's point of view. Both of them having the DRS. Lighty's up the inside of Spike. Oh, and Sean's going to get 2 of them, is he? No, he's going to get 1. And Spike has lost 3 positions there, actually. Lighty, he was essentially boxed in there. Lighty finally comes into the pit. Sean and Westy go through on Spike. Spike was just a bit boxed in there, to be honest. And nothing really could have been done about it. Sean could have up his inside. Westy now trying to defend this inside line. He's trying to get up the inside of Sean as well. Not quite going to happen. And I think they're going to stay as they are currently out of the track. Spike just taking a little bit too much grass there as well. 1-2, lap 7. Navy leads, Colesbury 2nd, but Recon right on the back in the Ferrari. Let's have a look and see how he's doing. He's looking good at the moment. Navy, Colesbury, Recon, as I say, still your top 3. King J now freed by his teammate who came into the pits. He's now in 4th and has got a 2.2 second gap over Sean at this stage. Westy in 6th as well, with Spike, T-Raw, Gort and Dill Warren filling out the top 10 positions. Mashiro, as I say, the only one out of the race. He must have crashed it into the pit lane, completely messed up his braking point into it. It's the only logical reason that I could probably see. Navy is now under pressure though from Colesbury. We'll take this from Recon's point of view, because Recon's going to have a double toe down the straight. Navy goes to the defensive line. Colesbury, I think, is going to waltz around the inside line, but Recon, can he get a 2-for-1 down the inside here? 3 wide down into the hairpin at turn 14. Colesbury covers it off, and Cosby is into the lead of the race, and Recon has sent one on Navy, and it is job done, I think. Navy's back up the inside line. Oh, very close to contact, but good racing between them both, and Recon holds on to that P2. Very good racing there between the two Dutchmen. King J in fourth. Westy has got through on Sean. He's up to fifth position now. So Westy through on Sean, and Spike beginning to get chased down as well, chasing him down as well. T-War coming into contention slowly, and Dill Warren beginning to pick them off as well, just in behind Gort for ninth position. Whitey, by the way, came out in 14th after his pit stop, as you probably would expect. Currently out on track. Gumball with the battle for fifth. This is the real heated battle currently out on track, if I've got to be honest. Westy and Sean. Spike as well, probably getting involved in this at some point in the near future, you would imagine. Cosby leading the way. Dill Warren has set one on Gort, I do believe there. That was a bit late, and Gort not happy with that. I'm not sure what happened. We came on board late with that, but I think Dill Warren has just had enough and is trying to launch one up the inside of Gort, and Gort definitely not happy. It looked like there was contact there between them both. I've just got to say, if there was, then give up the position and do it fairly. That's what we like to see here in TTG. Oh, Spike into the back of Sean. Spike into the back of Sean. And he just missed up his braking point completely. Spike's going to rejoin track just ahead of Dill Warren, actually. So this is going to really bring everyone into it. And Dill actually lets through Gort, which is good to see. Good sportsmanship shown there. There's a lot happening now out on track with Carlsbury right on the back of Recon for the lead of the race. Navy has dropped to third as a result, of course, after the last lap around, and Dill Warren has now got the move done on Gort, and that is a clean move. He's up into ninth place, and Sean and T-War are now battling side by side. Spike lost another position, and T-War up the inside into the final corner, and they go hell for leather into the final corner. And Sean just holding off at this moment in time. You would appreciate that I'm beginning to cough as well. T-War up the inside into turn one. Not going to commit that, I don't think, but he's going to force Sean off the camber of the corner, and now the German taking full advantage of that inside line, and I think he might get the move done, but Sean back up the inside, I think, is just going to cover him off here. So Sean through on T-War. Oh, and T-War's off. T-War is off track. He's gone for a spin there. I'm not sure if there was contact. There is front wing damage for the Renault driver, and the German might just feel a bit hard done by that, to be honest. Jeffrey and Mays are battling that further down the field, so it's all kicking off here in TTL F1. I wish I had a co-commentator with me, to be honest. Mays and Jeffrey currently for 11th and 12th position. Oh, and T-War struggling out on track. Let's through Mays, let's through Jeffrey as well. So T-War looking like he is on thinking Gort is off. That's a bit of a weird place to be off. I'm not sure what on earth has happened there. 10-second time penalty. I haven't got the foggiest idea what's happened there. Westy's off on the straight. Westy has gone for a spin as well. What on earth is happening in TTL F1 tonight? Goodness me, let's try and take stock of what's happened. Spike is on the back of Sean, trying to get the switch back down into the hairpin. Not quite. Sean defends off the move for now, and Jeffrey is going to get the move done on Mays as well. Mercedes driver up into P9, Mays into P10, and there was a bit of front wing damage there actually, as S. Graham gets the move done on T-War. T-War forced wide, I think, by S. Graham. Get the move done, and Spike is up the inside of Sean as well, and Spike has got the move done, so also driver through on the Alfa Romeo, and that is for P5 and 6. Goodness knows what happened there. T-War obviously having that moment, Gort having that moment, and then Wesley having a moment as well. 3 in the space of 1, and the tyres beginning to really tell here tonight. Maybe there was a bit of contact between a couple of the drivers. We didn't catch it on stream, however, so any footage has got to be sent in to the stewards, of course, the respective stewards for TTL F1. On board with the battle for the lead, though. Recon leads, Cosby second. Navy's beginning to try and get back into this, you know. The Dutchman doing a good job to try and hunt down Cosby. They're right within the same time of each other. They're right within 7.5 tenths really of each other. They're quite evenly spaced, which I would imagine would allow Navy to come back in. He's not running in that dirty air as much as what Cosby is to Recon at this stage. And Recon, in fact, beginning to get close down by Cosby. Of course, it's not going to be close enough. You need around 4/10 of a second to get the move done here if your car is quick enough on the straight. Recon leading though. When are the pit stops going to come for these guys? I would imagine halfway stage for the medium runners to go on to another set of mediums or to a set of hards possibly as well. Because I'm going to have a bit of a coughing fit, so I will come back in just around 30 seconds or so. And we are back, there we go. Oh, dearie me. Recon leading the way though, Cosbury in second, Nevy in third. It's still as you were when I went off commentary for just 30 seconds or so. And looking at the minute, Cosbury beginning to get closer. Within the slipstream of Recon here, there's a yellow flag in second two. I'd imagine that's S. Graham, who's had a moment out on track. But now the Finn chasing down the Dutchman. I don't think again he's going to be close enough. The Alfa Romeo driver will just have to sit and wait out on track. Oh, Cosbury into the pits. So Cosbury into the pits. There's front wing damage, by the way. That's why Mashiro came in. So we are on board with Cosbury coming into the pits, and Navy's followed them in as well in behind. So the Alfa Romeo driver and the McLaren driver are both into the pits. That lets Recon go for another lap at least on those tyres. Both in around the same time there into the pit stops, and both in the same time as well. So Cosbury is getting actually just a little bit of time there, I think. Everyone filtering through. Wherever these guys are going to join, they're going to join in a bit of free air, I do believe, because that is Jeffrey just coming into turn one. Yeah, both of them joining within free air, which is good to see, and it really will spice things up between the traffic and the net battle for the lead between Cosbury and Navy currently out on track. As Dill Warren is right on the back of Sean. Let's right on board with them. Let's right on board with the Racing Point driver. The Brit tracing down his fellow countryman. Westy in behind as well, beginning to catch. T-Raw set the new fastest lap of the race, 35.3. Remember, fastest lap of the race is available to the top 10 drivers, as you see, currently out on track. T-Raw out of the points at the minute, so I don't think that fastest lap point will actually count towards his total. Dill Warren 0.8 of a second behind Sean though. In the meantime, closest battle out on track, and Westy beginning to fly as well. Westy really beginning to make a charge here on Dill Warren, and he's got to be close enough, I think, for a possible move. Dill is just within the slipstream here, I do believe. A very poor exit by Dill Warren, and Westy has just absolutely coasted past him. Didn't even need to break sweat there, to be honest. And he was setting up his ERS. You can see 100% of ERS for Dill Warren. Surely he's not going to go for a fastest lap or something. Goodness me, that'll just be quite silly. You've got to fight for the position here in races, not go for the fastest lap. Recon into the pits and back top three into the pits. King Jin Spike also coming in. Sean, Westy, Dill Warren filter through. There's Cosbury and there's Navy as well. There is Navy, there is Recon. It's going to be very close coming out of turn one, but I think Recon has just got the measure of Navy. But that means Cosbury has now taken the lead of the race, the net lead of the race out on track, and he is about 2 seconds ahead of Recon. That is a big gap that he has set about. Cosbury looking very quick out on track here on his debut. The Recon and Navy, though, battling out for 5th and 6th currently out on track. T-Raw again, new fastest lap of the race. He's into 12th. May is just coming out ahead of him out on track. Sean and Westy, though, beginning to battle it out on track. And Sean doing a good job. Westy, of course, will try and aim a couple of laps longer on that set of tyres. Let's have a look at the position changes, see how they've came about. Cosbury has gone past Dill Warren down the inside into turn 11. Good job there by Cosbury. He's got the move done on Dill Warren. Sean, 0.4 of a second, separating himself from Westy. Westy, is he just going to coast past him like Sean did to him like Westy did to Dill Warren, I think it's going to be the case, because Westy is through. Westy is into the lead of the race. Sean trying to fight this back around the outside. Not quite. Westy covers it off and gets the move done. So Westy into the lead of the race, but he does have to still pit, and Sean, speaking of pits, he comes straight in. Cosby now chasing down the leader, and there is Recon, and that gap is 1.3 seconds. That gap has actually closed a little bit. 0.7 of a second over the course of that last lap. Recon with slightly fresher tyres coming into play. Lauren and Sean, as I say, both into the pits. T-Roll and Mays, however, battling out down the straight, and T-Roll is going to master the position of Mays. So the German, past the Brit, is up into 11th position, and the fans definitely seem happy with a bit with that. T-Roll up into 11th place, and Sean and Dill Warren just about to come out the pits. Ooh. Bit of a weird exit there from Sean, if I've got to be honest. They've got to use the white lines, of course. They don't want to get disqualified or have a penalty added on to the end of the race. We're halfway through though. It's Westy leading by 4.5 of a second, because Carlsbury on much fresher tyres and on much quicker tyres beginning to close them down. Recon in third, Nevy in fourth, Jeffrey in fifth, Lighty 6th, King J in 7th, Spike in 8th, Sean in 9th, Dill Warren in 10th, and this is the battle you are on board with, Westy and Carlsbury, for the current lead of the race. And if Carlsbury overtakes Westy here, this will be for the lead of the race, and Westy trying to break the toe, trying to do the clever thing, but Carlsbury I think is going to have the speed now within the slipstream. He's switching to the inside line. Westy, ooh, nearly a little bit of contact running down the straight, but Carlsbury gets the move done, doesn't go too deep into the corner, and the Finn is up into the lead of the race, with Westy now chasing them down, and Recon getting ever closer, only 1.1 seconds off through the final corner, just runs wide slightly. And Recon, you can see how he's catching. He's at the new fastest lap of the race with a 34.8, so that'll be an extra point going his way if it remains as it is. Carlsbury, Westy, Recon. There's the yellow flag in sector 2, and S. Graham has beached it through the hairpin, I do believe that is, at turn 12, it is. S. Graham has gone off, sorry, through the S section, through the middle sector. So S. Graham has beached it thin the gravel there, but he is still doing a good job, and you never know. All of this heating up out in front, you never know if there's any retirements like there was in Australia. You might be picking up scrap points, you never know. You can keep going, keep calm and carry on, I think, is the motto there. Carlsbury beginning to pull away, Westy in second, and Recon in third. Recon needs to get past Westy, of course, if he stands a chance of fighting Carlsbury towards the end of this race. But at the moment, I would say advantage Carlsbury. 1.5 seconds, that gap is increasing between Carlsbury and Recon. There's the gap to the lead, it's 1.6 seconds. Westy holds him up even further. Then we are going to come into ball game territory with Carlsbury possibly winning the race. You never know. 1.4 seconds, 1.5 seconds now. The gap as Recon just opens up the taps down the inside. Down the inside of the straight. Westy will try and fight this back as Graham has retired out of the race. I'm not sure if that was done in the pit lane. I think it was. And as Graham leads the session as well. And that is his job done for the day, it seems. Yeah, he has retired that in the pit lane, just to confirm. And Westy is into the pits. So Westy is in. Jeffrey's still on a set of hard compound of tyres. He's going to stay out for another lap. He is going to go into 4th place as a result. King J chasing down Lighty as well. The two teammates about to do battle, I think, out on track. There is Westy just coming out of the pit. Is he going to be ahead of Spike, or is he going to be behind him? I think he's going to be behind him. There is Spike filtering through. There is Sean, and there is Westy. So yeah, Westy gets out ahead of Sean comfortably by about 2 seconds there, I would say. As Dill Warren has set the new fastest lap of the race. There was a yellow flag in sector 1, sector 2. Don't worry about that. It's nobody out on track. It's just S. Graham's AI car possibly going off to the first pull-off area out on track. Carlsbury leading the way though. Beautiful helicopter cam here. 0.8 of a second. Nevy in third, Jeffrey fourth, Lighty in fifth. There's still pit stops to happen. Jeffrey's still yet to pit in, of course, and I think a one stop is probably the quickest strategy around here. I don't think we'll be seeing anyone of note that is coming into the 2-stop strategy. Carlsbury under pressure now from Recon. Recon really caught up, and Carlsbury weaving actually on the straight to try and break that toe. It's not good enough because Recon is catching 800ths in that second alone. Oh my god, I thought he was going to go right in the back of him there. Jesus Christ. Recon holding on the second position for now, but he is right on the back of the leader. And this, of course, is the battle for the lead. 4/10 of a second separating. King J and Mighty, as I say, getting closer. There's not really much happening other than those two battles that I've just said. This battle for the lead and the battle for 5th possibly getting going as well. As Recon is up the inside line. Not quite. Oh, a little bit of contact there. He actually got caught on the curb, I think, Recon. Trying to lunge it up the inside of the Carlsberry. Might have just been a little bit short of room, but Recon will have to fight that cleanly and not try and get past in a bit of a hurry. He looks like he's got the measure. I would just sit, wait, pinpoint the overtaking opportunity and then make it stick. That's all he's got to do at this point, and I think from a driver's perspective that is important to do as well. Jeffrey, by the way, just coming out the pits. There's the yellow flag in sector 1 which has removed itself, so I'm not sure who that was actually. Cosbury leading the way 9/10 of a second. Westy closing in on Spike. King J closing in on Lighty as well. Eight-tenths of a second, 6/10 of a second now between Spike and Westy, currently out on track. The Toro Rosso driver against the Mercedes driver. Mercedes looking good to pick up their first points, at least, with Westy in 7th. Jeffrey in 11th position as well. He's trying to chase down T-Raw, who's been on those tyres 7 laps and might be the one to possibly come into the pits. Lighty as well, possibly coming into the pits. Everyone else, I think, should be fine on their tyres. Westy, though, lining up a move on Spike here. Opens up the DRS straight, 1.2 kilometres. Over in the space of a flash, pretty much, and Westy's on the inside line. Spike breaks earlier, saw him coming, and Westy is through. He's up the inside line, and he is into P6. Good move there by Westy. Gets the move done into the hairpin. Dill Warren is battling with Sean as well. Sean trying to get past here on Dill Warren. Dill Warren on the inside line. Sean around the outside line. A lot of lag picking up actually. And Sean and Dill Warren go side by side through the final corner. Goodness me. There is a yellow flag in sector 3. I have a feeling that's T-Roll that is off. And Sean up the inside of Dill Warren. Oh, hammers out here. Dill back up the inside, lagging a lot. He's got to be aware of his connection at this stage. Sean back up the inside, switches it back, and he makes it move. He makes the move sick. And also the battle for the lead is getting going as well. It's all kicking off here in TTL F1 once again. T-Raw has retired in the pit lane, or is retired out of the race at least. The German is out. And that leaves 12 still out on track. Carlsbury, Recon though for the battle for the lead. Everything else in behind beginning to get going. All of a sudden has burst into life. And Carlsbury trying to break the toe once again. I have a feeling it's not going to be close enough. He's trying to weave on the straight. He's got to make 1-2 moves, remember. On the straight, Recon. Up the inside line. Carlsbury will try and defend this, but it is not good enough. Cosby actually switches it back up the inside. Recon is going to have a fight here to try and get his position back. Recon up the inside line on Cosby again. Little bit of contact, and Navy beginning to get into this as well. King J and Light Eagle side by side down into the hairpin. Ooh, very close there indeed. There was a revving out glitch on King J's end. Do apologise about that. Lighty currently holding on that position out on track. And again, the revving out glitch, but King J is going to get the move done here on Mighty, I think. The two teammates go side by side through turn 1. They hang off the camber of the corner, and it's job done for King J. He's got the move done. The Belgian up to 4th position. Past Lighty he goes. Dill Warren, I think, has gone past Sean as well. He's up to 8th position, past Sean. All kicking off. Carlsbury, Recon, lap 19 out of 28. Well, lap 19 and a half if you're being picky. Carlsbury leads. Recon in 2nd position. We'll focus on this battle currently for now. Navy getting closer, 1.5 seconds. These two will continue to battle, and we'll let Navy into contention here for sure. So don't discount Navy at any cost. So I think he could pick up the win. Cosby running very wide onto the marbles nearly there. This is going to be a job done, I think, for Recon. He's a lot closer than last time around. He sticks within the slipstream. Cosby will come off the inside line, will he this time? He will. Recon on the outside line. Slight little bit of contact. Cosby much later on the brakes. Ooh, forces Recon wide. He shouldn't be. That shouldn't happen at all. That looked like it was going to be Recon's move, to be honest. Cosby just pushing him off track slightly. Could have been done a bit cleaner. but we'll leave it there. Westy and Lighty have just swapped positions. So Westy on a flyer, he's through up into 5th position. Now Carlsbury back up the inside line on Recon. Again, a little bit of contact between them both. Recon on the inside line. Through turn 3 he goes. Westy sets a new fastest lap for the rest, 33.8, and is closing down on King J as well. Oh, they're both off! Recon having a snap of oversteer has forced Carlsbury onto the gravel. I'm not really sure what happened there. Recon is letting him through straight away. Good sportsmanship shown there. That has probably avoided him a penalty. Carlsbury and Recon having contact very late on here in the race, and Navy has inherited the lead as a result of that contact. So Navy now inherits the lead of the race. He's probably counting his lucky day. He's thinking new year, new day, honestly. Navy leads 0.8 of a second. Carlsbury in 2nd, Recon in 3rd, King J in 4th. But look at Westy right on the back of King J. And again, just a little bit of lag picking up, and hopefully I can get to the end without having the need to cough or splutter or anything like that. I do apologise, I'm not feeling that great at all, but I'm still plugging on through. You might not see me tomorrow, you'll have to wait and see on that. Westy right on the back of King J, 3.5 of a second separating King J and Westy currently out on track. Westy is going to get the move done. Walters past him, absolutely Walters past him. And King J, no answer to that. Westy's up to 4th. Back on board with the battle for the lead. Navy and Carlsbury, 0.5 of a second. Carlsbury getting closer. Recon off that contact will feel very hard done by. He did let Carlsbury through, of course. Carlsbury will be the one that's feeling hard done by that. And really, it's just a bit of contact that looked almost as if Recon got a snap of oversteer coming out of turn 4, which is the corner they've just funny enough gone through now. And then he's just caught him out, and then Carlsbury's on his outside line, nowhere to go. They're both off into the gravel, and Recon letting him through, doing the decent thing, letting him through, and good sportsmanship shown there. That's what we like to promote here in TTL F1. Navy 0.6 of a second leading from Carlsbury in 2nd, Recon in 3rd, getting closer actually, Recon to the front 2. Beautiful helicopter cam as we come through turns 9 and 10, now into turn 11 at the end of this middle sector. And a 10th up for Navy through the middle sector actually, and he's leading by 0.6 of a second from Carlsbury in 2nd, Recon in 3rd position with Westy in 4th, King J in 5th, Lighty in 6th. Spike getting closer to Lighty as well, and he is beginning to hunt down Lighty just in behind. We'll go on board actually with that battle between Lighty and Spike. Spike getting closer to Lighty, running down the straight here. This 1.2 kilometre straight, remember, between turns 13 and 14. So Lighty is just about going to hold them off at this point in time, and he will hold them off. Lighty remains in 5th, with Spike in 6th. Oh, and Spike actually has a bit of a moment there, goodness me. Has a right moment coming out of turn 14 and 15, just has a snap of oversteer. The tyres clearly on the verge of blistering, and Spike currently leading the way, currently in 7th position. He will feel very, very lucky by not losing the car there. Navy and Carlsbury leading the way out on track, with Recon in 3rd position. And then it is Westy in 4th. Recon has actually left the session, so Recon has had another disconnect moment and he's left the session. Hopefully he can get back in. He shouldn't lose his position if he gets back in straight away, but remains to be seen how that happens. Navy Carlsbury, 0.9 of a second, lap 22 out of 28. We've got 6 more laps after this one to go, and Navy doing a good job coming out on track, defending off Carlsbury, and Recon coming straight back into the session. He knows how important this race is, and he knows how important rejoining is to him to try and get back. I don't think, however, that it is going to be enough for him to get back. However, Carlsbury right on the back of Navy, not going to lunge it down the inside, I don't think, here. Down into the hairpin. Ooh, a little bit of contact, but not too much. Navy hangs on to the lead of the race for now, with Carlsbury currently in 2nd position, and Recon still in 3rd. Has he joined back? He has. He's taken control of his car, which is good to see. Carlsbury right on the back of Navy though. Spike is on the back of Lighty as well, beginning to all kick off. Currently out on track. Oh dear, this is terrible. Spike right on the back of Lighty, King J in 5th, Cosby right on the back of Navy as well for the lead of the race. Oh dear. Cosby 5/10 ahead, 5/10 behind Navy at this stage. Hopefully we can get to the end without coughing and spluttering again, because I am feeling worse for wear. Spike is down the inside on Lighty. Ooh, trying to force the gap. Lighty trying to close him off. He shouldn't really try to close him off. Spike around the outside line. Lighty on the inside line. And Spikey around the outside. Oh, Lighty I think just came across him possibly there. Spike maybe just misjudged that. I don't know. It's a bit of a two-way street, to be honest, with that one. Might be a racing incident. I don't know. Navy 6/10 of a second. Carlsbury in second, trying to hunt him down out on track. Westy is trying to hunt down Recon as well, but good news that Recon is back into the session, and it is fantastic stuff for Recon to try and hunt down these two who are battling it out with 5 laps to go. It is Navy who leads, Cosby in second, Recon is in third, out on track currently with Westy in 4th, King J in 5th, Spike in 6th, Lighty 7th, Dill Warren, sorry, 7th, Lighty in 8th, Sean in 9th, and Jeffrey into the top 10. So Mercedes going to be picking up their first point, as is McLaren as well. So no constructors by the looks is going to get home with the fabled nil point this season, which is good for everyone. Navy, Colesbury, Dill Warren just picked up a 3-second time penalty there. We're going on with Spike and King J though. This battle beginning to heat up. 5/10 of a second separating these guys as they come through turns 1, 2, 3 and 4 through the first sector they come. And Spike 3/10 of a second away, the Belgian and the Brit about to do battle here. 3/10 of a second for King J and Spike coming out on track, and Spike just probably going to pinpoint his way to try and get past King J. They're both on the same strategy, they both pitted at relatively the same time as well. King J currently leading them at this stage for 5th position. Spike in 6th. Dill Warren I don't think will have any sort of influence really in this battle ahead, even if he catches up. He has got that 3-second time penalty which will come into play at the end of the race of course. Navy will lead us on to lap 25. We have got 4 more laps to go, and as soon as this race is done I'm going to literally end the stream, because I'm going to head off and I'm going to lie down and rest, because that's what's needed for me for tomorrow I think. King J chasing the King J now. King J under pressure. Oh, defends, and Spike nearly falls onto the grass there. King J on the inside line, Spike around the outside though. Is he going to get the job done? Torso man. It's very hard to judge. Yeah, Spike's got it done. Spike is up into 5th position. King J is into 6th. Back on board with the battle for the lead. Navy, Colesbury fighting it out. 4, P1 and 2 out on track. Spike and King J are battling again. Colesbury very close to the back of Navy there, and King J's forced the issue once again. Spike through on the inside line, through 3 and 4. Not quite going to happen there, and King J manages to hold on to the position just about. Is Spike going to try and launch it down the inside? He is! There's a gap down the inside, but it's a bit of a hasty move, to be honest, if he wants to try that. Always going to be King J's move, and he holds off for 5th position. Navy, Colesbury, 3.5 laps to go. Navy leads the way. Mays has dropped down to 12th. Oh, and a bit of front wing damage actually coming off there between Gort and Mays. So Mays, I think he must have had that front wing must have contacted with the rear left wheel of Gort's car. It must have done. That was very late to the party with that one. Colesbury trying to go around the outside on Navy though, not quite going to get the move done. And Navy currently hanging on out in front. Recon is beginning to try and run back into this. Could it be the impossible? If these two really begin to battle, you never know. Recon could try and pick up the pieces. It's 3.8 seconds. We're right on board once again with Spike. And look at the battle for 5th beginning to heat up. King J again and Spike having that snap of oversteer once again. The Brit right on the back of the Belgian. But watch out for Dill Warren, because he is coming into this. 3 laps to go. Navy, Colesbury, Recon in top 3. Westy is under pressure as well in 4th. He has dropped the anchor pretty much, and King J and Spike and Dil Warren are beginning to catch Westy. So the battle for 4th is really on between these 4, and it is only these 4. Spike has lost it. Oh, Dil Warren! How on earth has he avoided that? Goodness me, he's onto the grass. But Dil Warren avoids it. There is a yellow flag in sector 3 as well. Spike has rejoined track just behind Lighty. It is Gort that is off, and that is at turn 14 where he is off. Navy and Carlsbury, 0.5 of a second. These tyres really beginning to flare up, and they're beginning to blister quite a lot. 2.5 laps to go. Navy leads, Carlsbury in second. 0.5 of a second separating the top 2 out on track. Gort has got a 5-second time penalty for speed in the pit lane. Might go for fast slap though, that's why he's probably came into the pits. No, he's actually retired from the session, so Gort is retired from the session. That's his race done for the evening. Navy 0.3 ahead of Carlsbury though. 2 laps to go. Take your pick. Who's going to win? I don't think it's going to be Carlsbury, because Carlsbury's just run massively wide at the final corner. Let's have a look on Race Director. Navy has picked up no penalties whatsoever. Carlsbury's only picked up a warning, so they're even with no penalties, which is fantastic. Spike and Lighty are having a battle down into down into 10-14. Spike has got a much better exit there from Lighty, who went way too deep on tyres that he shouldn't really be going on, to be honest. Spike leading now in 7th place, and he's gone past Lighty there. Navy and Carlsbury 4.5 tenths, 1.5 laps to go. Navy and Carlsbury, Recon in 3rd, not going to be close enough for the win here. He will be picking up on a podium though. My voice is really going right at the end here. We'll try and keep it going for another lap and a half for you guys. Navy and Carlsbury 0.7 of a second. Recon in 3rd, Westy in 4th, King J, Dil Warren, Spike, Lighty, Sean, Jeffrey and Maze. Silly ones going out on track. And Navy doing a sterling job out on track, but the Finn on his debut, trying to get that debut win. 0.7 of a second as they come down the straight. Carlsbury aiming for that DRS, has got the DRS within the second, of course. He now closes in the gap, but he's not going to be close enough. Not one iota he's going to be close enough there. And Carlsbury will just have to sit and wait for the final lap, which is about to begin. Take your pick between these two, because it is even on no penalties whatsoever. Navy runs wide, gives Carlsbury a bit of a look in here down the straight, and Carlsbury closing him in. One for the final lap. It is Navy and Carlsbury to fight it out for TTL F1 round 2 here in China. And Carlsbury trying to lunge around the outside line, not quite. Navy will hold him off, but has Carlsbury saved up enough? It looks like Navy is the one that is actually featuring within the DRS range here. So he's got much me. Navy has got 32% ERS, Carlsbury's got 15% ERS. That's what I was trying to say there. Carlsbury right on the back of Navy though. We take this on board. We take this from the broadcast point of view. Carlsbury with half a lap between himself and the second place. Navy between half a lap between a win here for Navy in his first race of the season, I do believe, as well. Navy and Carlsbury around 4 tenths are close to Navy running down the straight. It is going to be maybe nip and tuck towards the line here. I think Navy has just got the tyres. He's round the hairpin safely. Carlsbury now chasing him down. He's within 5 tenths. It's not going to be close enough, and I have a feeling it's going to be Navy taking this. Carlsbury, I think he knows, and he's run out of ERS right at the end of the race as well. Navy down into turn 14 for the final time. Carlsbury not close enough. This is how it's going to be, and this is how it's going to finish. Navy round the final corner. The Dutchman is going to take round 2 here in China. Navy takes it in China. Carlsbury in second. Recon after that disconnect has finished up 3rd. Good race from him. Westy in 4th. Everyone else will come in at relatively short intervals. Westy will be across the line in 4th. He's drove a really good race, I've got to say, from starting off on a set of hard compound of tyres. Lasts them 16 laps and gets 4th. King J across the line in 5th. Dil Warren doesn't inherit the position. Spike does again? No. Lighty across the line in 8th. Doesn't gain. Sean across the line in 9th. And then we're just waiting on Jeffrey, who will pick up the final point for Mercedes, so it's a double point scoring finish for Mercedes, and Mays is going to be out of the points in the Ferrari. Jeffrey across the line in 10th, and Mays, with that running damage that he, I think, received from Gort, if I'm not mistaken there, Mays is going to be coming across the line in 11th position. And that is it for China. And it is Navy who takes the race win from Carlsbury in second, Recon finishing up in third. The podium celebrations are coming up very shortly indeed. And it is the McLaren driver who takes the top step of the podium. Navy doing a fantastic job out on track to win. And the McLaren driver deserves that, I think. Much better driver, I think, out on track. And the McLaren and Navy really took the race by the scruff of the neck. Looked almost certain that Carlsbury could get it. He was leading. Navy overtook him, of course, quite late on. And it is Navy who takes it here in China. Navy takes it. The Dutchman wins by 0.5 of a second from Carlsbury in second. Recon in third. Westy gets fastest lap of the race in fourth, so that's an extra point for him. King J across the line in fifth. Del Warren across the line in sixth, with Spike in seventh, Lighty in eighth, Sean in ninth, and Jeffrey across the line in 10th place as well. Mays in 11th, also finishing. Gort, T-Roll, S. Graham and Mashiro all not finishing out on track here tonight. Oh, that was a struggle. That was a real struggle. Pit crew letting me down, and then nice 9-second pit stop for tyres, says Spike. Spike finishing off 7th, 9 seconds. Well, he could have got 4th with that, I think, if I'm not mistaken in saying that. But thank you to everyone that has tuned in. It's not the best commentary to start off the new decade and the new year with, but I'll have to do. I do apologise with my flu. I hope to see you tomorrow. If I'm not well enough, then you will probably see me on the channel eventually over the next few days or so. So thank you very much for watching here in TTL F1, and until next time, which be if I'm well enough, I'm going to be going for TTSL tomorrow. I should be there for League 2 at 7:30, and then League 1 at 8:30. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.